Hi guys. Good morning, all of you. Hope all of you can hear me. Anyone, guys, can you please confirm? Is I'm audible, guys? Right. I think only two people join. Right. Umesh, is today is your first class or have you already joined earlier? Umesh, right? Yes, Umesh. Is today is your first class or have you joined earlier? Okay, today is your first class. Okay, fine. So no worries. We have done with some basic demos only. So no need to worry about those demo sessions because it's only the introduction part only. I didn't started with any main implementation, just like what is need of data visualization. Apart from that, like how to install Power BI desktop, what are the different types of Power BI desktop tools we'll do use. So just an idea. We have not yet started with any practical also. Yesterday only I done with the installation. So installation is very easy. You can also do the installation procedure very easily. We can do that. So you can just go to which is going to be download. Just if you said download Power BI desktop, so directly we can go there and you can just select the click on the link, and from that link directly we can download it, guys. So simply if you click on the download, that's the download starts. That's it. Okay, so it is going to be download was already started. After downloading, just we have to double click on that and we can go for something like next process. So we can work with them, guys. So there is nothing which is going to be issue with that. Very easily we can install them because we don't have any issue with the installation procedure. We can do with the installation very easily, guys. So that is what we can say about this particular so-called as what we are talking about this particular implementation, guys, right? Fine. So today, anyhow, before starting with the, I'm stopping, I'm exiting because already it was installed there. So you can download and you can install the software now. So today's discussion is not any, that means just to get an idea, like what is your workflow? So whenever we want to design the reports or whenever we are working in a, which is going to be in Power BI project. So what are the different stages will be there? So what are going to be the different stages which we are going to work so that we'll get some idea like how we are going to learn, what we are going to learn. So all these things we are going to get some a little bit idea about that, right? So that is the reason what I'm going to do here is, guys, just today, though it is technically you cannot understand them. Technically you cannot understand completely, but just to get some idea, I'm going to discuss about like how practically we have to work. Let us have a small discussion regarding those particular concepts, guys. Okay. So mainly whenever we work in a data science, whenever we work with this particular Power BI project, when you're working with this particular Power BI project, guys, there are totally 4 stages will be there, guys. There are going to be 4 stages are there. So what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to do something called as an Power BI, which is going to be the project, which is going to be the project stages or project life cycle, what we are talking about that. A Power BI project, which is going to be life cycle, guys. Okay. So in a Power BI project life cycle, so whenever we are developing a kind of a project, so what exactly we are going to do with that? How we are going to do? Let me explain this particular implementation, guys. Okay. So that is the one, guys, which we are going to be gets working with that. So it is going to be just a minute. Right. So let us go for this implementation, guys. So what is the project life cycle? So the first one is going to be nothing but what we have to do, guys. Very simple. First, we have to perform something called as getting the data, guys. So that is nothing but first what we have to do is first we have to get the data. That's what we have to do, guys. First, we have to get the data, guys, or simply we are going to call it as an something called as an a data loading. So what is the idea here is, guys, for example, whenever we want to create some reports or whenever we want to create some kind of a visuals, obviously there is going to be some data will be there, guys. The data can be there in a file or a database or a cloud or anything, it can be there. That is nothing but what we are going to call it as an a data source. So yesterday I told you guys, Power BI almost all supports somewhere around 200 plus different type of data sources. So they will support so many different types of files, so many different types of databases, so many different types of cloud storages, so many different types of other storages. So many things are there, guys. Almost all Power BI supports almost all 200 plus different type of data sources the Power BI will support. Now what you have to do, guys, we have to get this particular data here now. So get the data from the data source, and that need to be stored into, which is going to be the Power BI desktop. What we have to do, guys, we have to store it into, which is going to be the Power BI desktop. You have to store up there. So data source, and then what we have to do is, which is going to be the Power BI desktop. First, we have to get the data. So whatever the data that is available in your data source, guys, that data source will read the data. It's nothing but you are reading the data, guys. And that particular data is going to be stored somewhere in this particular, the Power BI desktop. We are going to store the data, guys. We are going to store the data into, which is going to be the Power BI desktop. We are going to store the data, guys. Right. Now, using this data only, we have to create the reports. Directly, reports will not be created directly from the data source. Whatever the data you got it into the Power BI desktop, using this only, we have to design the reports, guys. Right? Fine. First, we'll get the data, guys. Okay, just a small timing. Just don't worry. I'm going to just show you, not a complete practically, just to get some idea, guys. Just to show some idea, I'm going to show you how we are going to be working with this particular implementation, guys. Let me show you, which is going to be, let me open the Microsoft Power BI desktop. Let me open it. Okay. So let me open a blank report. Let me open some kind of which is going to be blank report. Let me open it, guys. Just to get some idea, like what we are going to, I'm not doing a complete project, just to show some idea here now. See there, get data. From where we have to get the data there. I'm getting the data from some kind of a text or a CSV file. For example, some data I'm going to be getting there, guys. Just an example. I'm getting some data related to something like a Gapminder data set. Just an example. I'm going to get the data, something called as a Gapminder data set. I'm going to get the data here now. Right. So first I have to get the data. In real time, we have to get a lot of data, but for the timing, I'm showing you how to get the data there. Okay, we got the data, guys. Next, after getting the data, what is the next step we have to do, guys? The second step we have to do is we have to perform something called as transform, or whatever we have to, what we call it as clean the data, guys. So when you import the data from real time, data will not be that much clean format, guys. Data is going to be not that much clean format. Data is not going to be in a clean format, guys. Then what we have to do here, guys? First of all, we have to clean up the data there. So what is meaning of cleaning up, guys? Cleaning is nothing but we have a different options are there, guys. We are going to work with, which is going to be a different options. We are going to work with them. Okay. So what exactly we are going to be working here is, it is going to be transform or clean up the data is nothing but what we have to do, guys. We have to, which is going to be transform or clean the data. I'll tell you, like practical, I'll tell you, guys. But here as of now, Power BI has given one platform called as a Power Query editor was given to us. There is a tool called as there is an environment called as a Power Query editor is there. Using this Power Query editor, what we can do, guys, we can do some kind of a transformations and all these things. We can perform there, guys. We can perform some kind of a transformations and all these things we can do. So just an example, what do you mean to say transformations? Just an example, guys. Later, I'll tell you once again how we have to do that. See that this is going to be the data, what we are having the data. So different countries, different continents. Here, what is going to be the life expectancy, population, GDP per capita, something like that data was there. But see there, if you see the life expectancy, otherwise you see GDP per capita, somewhere we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 digits are there. Sometimes we are having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits are there. Here also you see there, sometimes we are having 3 digits. Sometimes we are having only 2 digits after decimal. Sometimes there is no digits at all. So I don't want to give the data like that. I want to give it like a fixed format. So as of now, I'm just showing about a basic only, guys. So I'm saying that which is going to be, don't worry, I'm doing some kind of a cleaning. It's nothing but I convert it into, which is going to be a fixed decimal data type. See, fixed decimal. Population also, which is going to be something like a fixed decimal, what I'm going to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm converting every data into, which is going to be some kind of a fixed decimal, what I want to do that. Or whatever the format you want to do that. Let us say that I want to convert this into some kind of an whole number only. I'm converting them because there is no decimals are there. Population does not have any decimal points, right? GDP per capita income, that also having some decimal points. I'm converting into a fixed decimal data type. See there, perfectly it has been made into, which is going to be a fixed, which is going to be a fixed decimal data type, what we can see. See 779.45, 820.85, 853.10. Like that, we have to go for some kind of a transformations. Hope understood the point, guys. This is what we simply call it as the transforming of the data there. It is what we simply call it as a transforming of the data is what we simply call it as. Okay, fine. My work is over, guys. Cleaning is over. Now you see here, whatever the data that was there, I cleaned up the data there, guys. See, I have been done some kind of a cleaning of the data was done, right? You can see this is going to be the data, life expectancy, what is going to be population, what is going to be GDP per capita. Did I apply the changes? Just give me a second. Just give me a second. So we can see which is going to be like what we can see, how many, which is going to be fixed decimal only. So how many decimals are coming? 3 decimals are coming. Just give me a second. It is fixed decimal only, but number of digits is equal to, let us say that it is going to be 2 digits I'm going to be going for. It is going to be something like n, which is going to be representation like this. Okay. So it is up to you. So what format you require, what format exactly we require, all these things we can specify, all this kind of cleaning and all these things, what we have to perform, those kind of operations, what we have to do with this. See that? So that is the way how we are going to be doing this kind of applications, what we have to do with that. So these are going to be what we simply call it as a transformations and all these things, what we have to work on that, right? So these are going to be some transformations we have to do that. Okay. After the transformations has been done, the next one is going to be nothing but the third stage, guys. The third stage is going to be nothing but what we have to do is we have to perform something called as data modeling. Right now, you can't understand what is data modeling, but leave it for the timing. Later, I'll tell you, we can do some kind of customizations and all these things we can do. Some kind of a data modeling and all these things we can do that. Later, we'll do that. Here only, we are going to learn something about a concept called as DAX concept we have to learn. In data modeling only, we are going to learn something about a concept called as a DAX concept. I think you may hear about that. So DAX is going to be very important in Power BI. So as part of the Power BI, we have to learn something called as a DAX concept we have to learn as part of a data modeling. Right now, you cannot understand what is meaning of data modeling. Right now, you can't understand. So later, when you go for the practicals, we'll see about how to work with those particular implementation. I'll show you in the later classes. I'll show you that. Okay. Then what is the next one, guys? After that particular, this point, I'm just leaving it for the timing. The next one is going to be nothing but the creating of visuals, data visualizations. So next one, after doing the data modeling, we have to do some kind of a data visualization. See, just an example. I'm not showing anything. Just for a small timing, whatever the data we imported and clean and transform, I'm going to create some kind of a visual I'm going to create there. See there? For example, I'm showing you like which is going to be something like what is going to be the year is on the x-axis, and let us say that it is going to be let us say GDP. The GDP per capita income on the y-axis. So how the country's GDPs has been changed over the time period starting from 1952, it is going to be 2010, how the GDP has been increased over the time period. But I don't want for all the countries, only for which is going to be Indian country only, India only I want to get it there. So I'm going to select the option called as India. Where is that? India, INDIA. This is only for Indians, which is going to be there, guys. This is going to be for some other country, Indonesia. If you can see, this is Iran. See, if you see that particular Iran, if you can see, the GDP of Iran has been very high during that particular time period of before 1980. Around in 1971, 77. So if you can see, Iran GDP is very, very high. But after that, there was a steep down was there up to which is going to be 1987. And after that, again, it has been got increased. This is for Iran. Okay. So if you see the Iran, it is going to be, whenever we see for India, it is going to be different scenario. See for India, it is not like that. It is going to be slowly, it has been got increased up to, which is going to be somewhere up to 2000 a year. But after 2000 a year, if you can see, a steep increase has been taken place, steep increase. A very huge increase was taken place, what we can see with the data. So this is for which is going to be India. Otherwise, we can also go for something like only for Asian countries only we require, or Asian continents only we require it. So I'll select which is going to be Asian continents. For example, see the African continents. Americans, it is always increases. Europe, this is going to be Oceania continent, what we can see. See there how I am going to be working with this particular. So create the visuals there. So all the visuals are going to be created with the help of, which is going to be, I'll tell you, with the help of a Power BI desktop, we have to create the visualizations has to be done. And after you create the visuals, I told you now how to distribute all these visuals to the clients. It is going to be nothing but what we have to say deploy, or what we are going to say that it is going to be publish the reports. So publish the visuals. So whatever the visuals we created, here we have to create the visuals. Create the, which is going to be the visuals with the help of the Power BI desktop. So get your data, transform your data, perform some data modeling. What is the data modeling? Right now you can't understand it. So for the timing, leave it. And then perform your data visualization, create the visuals and publish the visuals, or what we call it as deploy the visuals. So what is meaning of publishing? In the last class I given an idea. So whatever the reports we have been designed, you have to publish to, which is going to be nothing but Power BI service. It is going to be published to, which is going to be Power BI service. So from the Power BI service, the clients can directly, they can access the reports. They can access the visuals through some kind of an Power BI mobile, or by using any such kind of an tools, we can access the reports with the help of the Power BI service. Okay. So this is generally how which is going to be a project life cycle, a Power BI project life cycle, how it is going to be gets working, which is going to be nothing but what we can see. This is the way how we have to work with them, right? So that is going to be the basic understanding of how practically we can use, and that is going to be the basic understanding of how we have to, basically how we have to work with the, which is going to be the project life cycle. We have to do that. First, get your data. So clean up the data, do some data modeling, whatever you want to do that. Okay, which is going to be nothing but after that, we can do some kind of a data visualizations has to be created, and then we have to deploy so that the users can access the reports, guys. Okay. So this is going to be the one which we have to work with them, which is going to be nothing but what we can see, the way how we practically we have to work with this particular, the technique what we have to work on that. Okay. So that's it, guys. That is going to be about the project life cycle, so that you got some idea about like how we have to work with all these things. We have to just understand about this particular implementation with that. Okay. Fine. So that's it, guys. It is only just an introduction. With this, the demos are completed. Actually, only one you have joined for today. We'll do one thing. We'll stop the session for today. And as you already demos are completed, from the next class, from tomorrow's class, the link will change, guys. So, okay, only who has been registered for that, who has been registered for the course. So those will get that particular link. Only that updated link will come. That will be given only to the registered users. So if you want to continue from the tomorrow's class, so you have to complete your registration by tomorrow before the class, so that we'll get the link. So you can join with the new link from the tomorrow onwards, guys. Okay. So that's it for the today's class. Just for today, we'll stop it here. So any questions? Any questions if you have? Okay, then that's it for the today's session. Then we'll stop it for today. We'll continue tomorrow then.